Okay, this video was kind of inspired by Jacque Fresco, Jacque Fresco. I was watching a bunch of his videos, him talking about a bunch of life topics and how people are and how things really go and how the system is and what we can do to change things and on and on and on. But he was talking about like a man that sells jewelry his whole life, when he doesn't have that to do anymore, then he kind of has really nothing to live for anymore. And I know for me, it's kind of like without the art, without the arts, drawing, music, these videos, I'm like nothing. I'm just another guy that is alive for some time and I'll be gone soon enough. You know what I mean? Like, that's a scary thought when I think, what if something would happen to take my ability away to do what I do? Now, I know if I had one finger to do something with, I would still make music. If I lost 9 fingers, I would still make music with one finger. But it's kind of a scary thought when I think about it. But I know for me, this is my livelihood. I think a lot of people, when they come across channels like mine, yes, I do this, it's a hobby, but at the same time, what I am doing is I am doing something that I am very passionate about, that I'm passionate about. I don't want to use that overemphasis very. That sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm passionate about this thing. I'm passionate about the things I draw. I put everything I am into that. And when it doesn't do anything, I'm still going to do what I do regardless. But see, I want to make a living off of this. This is my livelihood. This is who I am. I am not some guy, some people, they are workers and they like to work. There are some people that are mechanics that like to do mechanical things. There are some people that are warehouse workers that like working in warehouses. There are office people that like being in an office. I don't like any of those things. I have absolutely no drive, no passion, no oomph to want to do it at all. And what I'm going for, I want to inspire people to inspire themselves. You see what I'm saying? Everything that I do, I look for inspiration from other people, and getting that inspiration doesn't always mean that someone is doing something so positive or trying to look good for everyone. It's when people are being authentic and genuine with themselves. This is where a spark of inspiration comes for me, is when people actually tell you the brutal, honest truth about how they're feeling. They say, look, I feel lonely. What do I do if I don't have anybody to talk to? It's like I said in the last video, when you're someone that is looking for something, you have to go get the thing you're looking for. If you're looking for like-minded people that think logically and not irrationally, if you're looking for people that are not just ignorance, they're ignorant to oblivion and they don't think about anything, and you're looking for people that actually use their mind and think before they do things. They question things in circles. Some people just question things. And then they say, oh, okay, I questioned it. Now let me get back to my normal way of living. And see me, I question in circles. I go back to things time and time again. And yes, I do have my times where I am less inspired, where I am having bad days, where I am not really up to par to do the things that I really want to do in my life. You know, the last week and a half, something like that, I haven't been uploading any designs. I haven't been on any of my websites doing anything. I haven't been on Redbubble. I haven't been on Etsy. I haven't been on Society 6. You know, these are platforms for me to showcase my art, simply to showcase my livelihood. That's it. You know, it's to say, hey, this is what I do. This is what I put my time into. Help support me as a person. Help support my craft and what I'm doing. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If it doesn't fit your style, it doesn't fit your style. If you like it, that's great. If it catches on, that's great. But know that I am never doing this for recognition. Know that I am not doing this to be some famous person that people want to be like. I don't want anybody to be like me. I don't want people to be like me. I want people to be like themselves. I want to inspire people to do what they want to do in their lives. Because we're running out of time here. But anyway, it's like, how do you tell people this? Like, this is all I have to live for is the arts and stuff related to that. Recording, drawing, writing, those types of things. And people would say, oh, well, that's not a job. You know, that doesn't deserve to get money or get paid with or have someone support you. But I highly disagree. I highly disagree with that. Because that can fulfill something for some people. Not everybody, but some people. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm getting with this. It's just sometimes you have to take a break from it all. I know for me, I don't even really like having to be on the internet and having to be on these platforms. It's just a way of showcasing my livelihood. Simply that. I don't want nothing to do with all the drama. I don't want nothing to do with all the bull crap. I don't want nothing to do with all the irrational thinking and all the judgment and people thinking that you have to be a certain way. There's another guy named Pierre XO, his channel, where he says YouTube went from being a platform for creators to being this platform where it's almost like you're scared to be yourself. It's almost like you're scared to say what you really want to say because you know there's going to be people labeling you and judging you and saying, well, you should do it this way, or bringing all this political nonsense into it and all these other things that are just meaningless to me that I don't care nothing about and I don't want it nowhere around me. It's simply a platform of expression. It's simply a place to come to showcase who you are as a person and to showcase your art, to showcase your music, to do what it is that you need to do when you need to do it. And that's the reason that I have to give myself a break sometimes. I have to get away from it all. I have to let it down and say, look, I got to let you go for a little while. Because this thing can take kind of control of your sanity a little bit if you let other people determine what you're doing. If you let people determine what you're saying and doing for yourself on your own platform, then you're not running your own platform. You're basing it off of what everyone else thinks and what everyone else is doing and saying. And I will never base my stuff on that. It will never be about that. It's simply a guy that is doing what he does, and I'm telling people, hey, look, here is something that I did. If you want it, here's where you can get it. If you like what I'm doing, then help support me doing this. Plain and simple. That's all it's about. Other people, they want to add all these extra ingredients, and they want to put all this other stuff into their channels and platforms. I don't have time for any of that. I'm just focusing on what I'm doing, when I do it, when I need to do it, and I let that be known. So if there's someone that is lonely, if there's someone that's depressed, if there's someone that is suffering from severe agoraphobia, you don't want to go around other people and all these other things, you have to go down your own path to get to where you may think that you need to get to. I can't do anything for people. I can't help people. I can't do anything for another person. All that I can do is tell you my story, tell you my experiences, tell you where I've been, tell you the things I'm doing, because that's what I have to do for myself. And you have to do for yourself what you got to do for yourself. I can't take a step for you. I can't walk for you. I can't be your voice for you. I can't draw a picture for you. I can't play a musical instrument or do anything for you. So if you are in need of something, then go get it. There is ways, there is means to go about doing this. If you're looking for other like-minded people, then you have to tell people, look, I'm looking for other like-minded people. I'm looking for this certain type of help, and I'm letting my pride down and tell people, look, I don't need to hear you tell me what to be or judge me. Just, I need people that are similar, not the same, because none of us are the same. We're very similar, but we're not the same. See, this is where like the whole jumping on the bandwagon thing for me, this is why I hesitate to do a lot of the things that I really want to do, because I know that there's going to be this mob mentality. I know that there's going to be this conforming mentality. I know that when I do something, people are going to be looking at me for the answer or me to do something, when people don't know that it's right there with you. If you're jealous of something, you can do that too. Like, how do you think that I made the music that I make? Because I listened to someone else's music and said, damn, I want to sound similar to that. I want to have that or be that. There's nothing wrong with being jealous. It's just how you use the jealousy. And I'm not saying that people are jealous. I'm just saying we can flip these things on its side. We don't have to kill, destroy, hurt, and do all this shit to one another. It's like, don't we realize that each one of us, we have something that we can do if we do it, if we simply do the thing that we want to do or think that we need to do? Why are we looking to others to do for us what we can do for ourselves? Now, I understand there's some things that you can't do for yourself. Everyone needs help. This whole independence thing is complete crap because everybody needs some type of help. I'm on food stamps. I need help getting food because I don't have enough money to get food. It's I need help with certain things because if it wasn't for other people, I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have the food in my fridge if it wasn't for another man or woman going to some job to plant, cultivate, produce, package, and send it my way, then it wouldn't be here. So none of us are truly independent. We all need somebody else's help. We all need support in some kind of way, whether we want to say that or not. If we don't, we're lying to ourselves. But that's what I think it's all about. It's like when we're in a position where we can actually help someone or we can do something for someone, then let's do that. But when we're in a position where we can't do much, we can still do a little bit of something just to get by, just to make ends meet, just to get something out of us that we feel as though we can't speak about because the world's going to judge us, or people are going to think this, or they're going to write this thing, and it's going to turn into one big mob mentality. It's like, who cares about that stuff? It's only us, the ones that are letting how other people think of things determine what it is that we do. And once you get past that and you see it for what it is, you won't be scared of it anymore. You won't be living in fear of this thing anymore. I'm not scared to get on here and do a video because I know what I'm saying is the truth. I know what I'm saying. I'm being brutally honest. So why wouldn't I do it? Why wouldn't I say it? What am I scared of? So I don't know. It basically just all comes down to reflecting on ourselves, because other people can only help us to a certain extent. In the end, it's going to be you with you. It's going to be me with me. It's going to be them with them. It's going to be the individual person with themselves. And if you're having some type of problem, then you have to go and look for some way to ease the problem. If you're stuck in some type of situation, you have to make the move. You have to take the step to do what's necessary to get past it or put it at rest somewhat. You know what I mean? I have my own problems. I have things that I still deal with on a daily basis, and the only way that sometimes I can cope with this shit is to sit here and do a video talking to myself, talking to a phone, and then uploading that and giving it to the world. And then all that I put in my description is, hey, if you can help support this channel, then here's what you can do. If you can help me, this is my livelihood. This is who I am and what I do. It's so, like I said, each one of us we have our own place to be in the world. Everyone is not fit to be where another person is. You know, I don't care what anybody says. You know, it's like the guy that does one thing his whole life and you take that away from him, you're taking basically his life away. You're taking his livelihood away. And then you say, well, what are they supposed to do? Well, then it's time to find something else besides what you were doing, if there is something else. But let's hope that it doesn't get to that point, but it's possible, you know. Life can be very cruel. Life can be very calculating. It can happen spontaneously. So, I don't know. That's how I want to live. I want to live spontaneously. I don't want to live like I'm looking into the future. I'm thinking about the past. Even though I do, that's not what I want to do. I want to be living right now. I want to be doing what I'm doing right now. I want to eat healthy things right now. It's like these things are, never going to happen until I do them myself. And this all goes along with being an artist and all this stuff. And I don't even like labeling myself as that. I don't even like labeling myself as an artist or a musician and all this, because then it seems like I'm boasting, like, oh, I'm this, but so many other people ain't this. And people that ain't this, then it's just not for you. There's something else in this world where you belong. There's somewhere where you belong, where I belong. Like I said, go check out Jacque Fresco, Jacque Fresco. He talks about a lot of this stuff. He says depression comes from a lack of self-image. It comes from when you don't have anything to do for yourself, or you don't think that you're anything at all. This is where this depression comes from. And I know the same thing happens to me. I start thinking, oh, well, I'm not really doing anything. I'm not really helping anything. I'm not really getting anything done. There's nothing really happening. So, oh, now I'm depressed because nothing's happening. But then again, there's people like me that do have certain mental instabilities that I admit on here that I have. I'm not using this as an excuse. Like, things come and they go. The wave comes in and the wave goes out. It's like a roller coaster. It's up and then down, up and then down. And when I'm up, I will speak about being up and I will tell people how I feel. When I'm down, I will speak about when I'm down and say how I feel when I'm down. But see how many of us, when we're down, we're trying to be up. We're trying to be happy. We're trying to be how we're really not feeling at that time. And we're fighting this battle that there's no need to fight. There's no reason to fight against it. Just let it happen and talk about it as it's happening. Like you're in a live situation. It ain't like I have some script in front of me, or I have some set schedule that I'm going by, or some time that I have to say what I say. It's all in the moment. And that's what I love about the arts. That's what I love about recording. That's what I love about music. That's what I love about the whole thing, because it is a spontaneous expression. Simply. That's all it is. So anyway, like I said, this video was inspired by Jacque Fresco. Go check him out. I will leave a link in the description with all the other things that I have on this channel. So thank you for watching. SBN Resonate. Resonate the arts. Stay up. Stay lowly. Resonate.